What's going on YouTube? This is Fury bringing another episode of Tutorial Tuesdays and Thursdays. This one's going to be on Slums Hardpoint, and it's going to be based around teaching you guys how to properly anchor this map. So I know in my previous video I stated that I'd be making a main slaying video on standoff. I figured that I shouldn't do that because my team doesn't actually do a lot of that. We only do that in one rare case, and it's when we know that the other team has connection on us. But if you're a team that uses a main slayer, I'd be glad to make you guys a video. It might take a little bit longer to gather clips, but just let me know if you want to see that, and I'd be glad to bring it to you guys. So moving on to Slums Hardpoint, the first hill is going to be the circle hill in the middle of the map. It's a very scrappy hill. You always want to maintain a contest on it, or if you can, would be optimal is getting actual points off of it, but you never want to give up full time on this hill, because if you do, this map is just gruesome if you get behind. So then the second hill is going to be on the far right. It's also a hill that you want to rotate early to, and the third and fourth hill are very important to rotate early to. They're on the far left of the map, and as you can see, if you get control of the anchor, you're going to maintain the anchor role for the next two hills instead of just one. So let's start off on the breakouts. As you can see, we're starting off on bad side on this first example. So what my team likes to do, for example, is we like to push 3 bricks and 1 blue. The purpose of this strat is if we can get 2 kills off of the left side of the statue or bricks, that we can push through and immediately flip spawns on them and kind of throw the other team through a loop. And then we send 1 blue because blue is very important on this hill, as I'll explain in a little bit. If you have blue control, you are free to roam the whole left side of the hill, which really catches a lot of teams off of their guard, because they're just used to staring through like graveyard or bricks or whatever and expecting them to be there and not coming through blue. So moving on to the next breakout strat on good side, I like to mainly go far left of the map, go through the second hill and go to blue control and try and get the kill as fast as possible, because again, once I get that kill, it's going to allow me to roam the first hill rather than just sit back and maintain spawns. And if I can roam the hill, it's obviously going to guarantee that we're going to get more points off of the hill. And your other objective players are going to be wanting to push through bricks and double Ds, obviously smoking it so the other team can't pick you off. It's very crucial to not get picked off, because if you do get picked off, they're going to have like a full time on this hill, because this hill is very difficult to break. So as a whole lesson of this map, you always want to rotate early, because all these hills are very hard to break without top communication between your teammates. So as you can see in the first example, I pushed through the second hill and I'm pushing into blue, and I end up getting the kill, which allows me to roam outside of blue and get numerous kills and get points off the hill. So as you can see, people were definitely not ready for that, and then this allows me to set up and slay them coming from bricks and graveyard. So moving on to the second hill, you're gonna see 5 different spots that you can anchor, and that's like a minimum. There's so many corners that you can hide in on the back of this map, it's unreal. But that's why it's important to try and rotate early and catch them off guard, or just outright get spawn. I like to, during the transitional period between the first and second hill, go to the top blue circle, because you'll be surprised at how many teams do not check that corner when rotating to try and get the anchor. And then once I know that there's 1 or 2 people trying to push me on the street, I like to fall back to the 2 far right blue circles behind the wall and on the dumpster, because it provides a nasty head glitch and a good angle for me to kill the people who are pushing my street. But if no one's pushing my street and I know that my objectives are getting pushed hard in the hill, I'm going to set up either on watching mid stairs or blue stairs just to try and alleviate pressure on the front of the hill, and it allows us to maintain a lot of points. And the yellow line is where you always want to rotate between 20 to 25 seconds that are left on the second hill. So as you can see, we rotated late to this hill, but I try and focus on getting the anchor and providing or getting us spawns. So as soon as I kill that guy, I get us spawns, and then they're pushing from front of the hill. If I had one more burst, I would have killed that guy and we would have gotten full time. And I can tell that no one's pushing my street because there is so much pressure on the front of this hill. So as you can see, I'm just trying to keep on pushing up, keep on getting time on the hill, and even though I am dying, I'm still getting spawns because the other team isn't adequately putting pressure on all sides of this hill. So as you can see, another late rotation, but I am rotating through bricks to try and flip the spawns. And this is an example of what I mean by when people are pushing me on the street. They smoked it, so I know there's probably going to be more than one, and then I get one and I pick up the second kill, and I immediately go back there because the two other teammates that we are unaccounted for could have been double Ds and then pushing down. But since my teammate started floating towards coffee, I knew it was safe to go check blue staircase and middle staircase. And then this is what I mean by top communication. If your teammate pushes from coffee to double Ds or from coffee towards the first hill, they have to let you know, because if not and you're on blue stairs, they're going to spawn behind you. So it's very important to call out where you're going, what you're watching, and everything at that very second. So moving on to the third and fourth hill, I didn't bother changing up the spots for the third and fourth hill anchors because, as you're going to see in these clips, you can pretty much anchor in one of these 4 spots on both third and fourth hill, and you're still going to maintain spawns for your team. So a very common spot is the top blue circle. It has a very nasty head glitch, and it allows you to look down the red van street and see anyone that's trying to get through big window or push through grave to try and get anchor. And then if you don't know what's going on with your team or the other team, and they aren't accounted for, you want to go to the far left blue circle and just wait for a call out to see where the other team is coming from. And then if the other team is pressuring the front of the hill, you can move to blue fridge or blue van and look down the blue street and just try and kill as many people pushing into the hill or pushing that street as possible. And then if they're actually getting into the hardpoint and contesting your team, then you can go to the back entrance and just try and kill them that way. And then the yellow line is, as you can tell, all anchor spots. You always go and try and push through blue, and you can push through grave, but more importantly you want to push blue, because if your team has kill streaks and they call them in, the other team's going to be trying to get into blue to try and provide protection for themselves. And then obviously when you get into blue, if you're set up in there already, then you can feel free to kill them. So as you can see, I don't know where my teammates are really. Like, I know they're a blue street, so I immediately go to the far back, and then I saw someone pushing grave, so that I knew that the other team was pushing me. And as you can see, as soon as I killed the guy grave, I went to the head glitch because I knew they were on my side of the map, and then I get a 3-piece and kill their team off of the spawns and off of the anchor. And I guess you can say that this map for anchoring is very just scrappy. Just you try and stay alive, because even if your team isn't getting spawns and the other team is blocking spawns and trying to kill you, as long as you stay alive back there, then their team isn't getting spawns either. So it's a very weird map in just trying to stay alive and contest everything. I guess you can try and contest hills and the anchor, and just try not to die on anchor as much as possible, obviously. So as you can see, I went from the far left side, and then when it rotated from the third to fourth hill, I switched from the left side to the right side, because most teams, when they try and get anchor for the 4th hill, they're going to be pushing through blue streets still, and if you're set up on the blue van, blue fridge, it's an easy head glitch to try and just demolish them, rotating over and trying to kill you.
Hardpoint contested.
So as you can see, another example is it's the 3rd hill, and I'm not even on the far left side of the map. I can still be on blue van and blue fridge and still help the front of the 3rd hill and keep on watching garage to make sure that they did not get anchor. So as you can see, I always take breaks between watching the front of the hill and watching back alley to make sure that they aren't trying to sneak, I guess, stealthily try and get spawns on me. So, and then you can feel free to fall back if you need more assurance that you're not getting flanked. And then that's what I meant by people still push the old hill. So you always need to keep an eye out for that. And then as you can see here, rotation from 4th to 1st hill, I felt safe that I could, since I called in lightning, that I could just go through grave, and as long as I got the time on the hill and got some contest time and kept them off of it, it was a successful plan. So that's gonna be it for me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, thought this video was helpful. If you did, please like and comment below, let me know if you have any questions. But other than that, guys, this is Fury. I'm out. Peace.
Hardpoint contested.